We're getting there. Last time that was broken, now this is broken. All right. I don't know. Anyway, welcome back. Have some time to like refocus and like re-energize over the holidays. Maybe see people that you like, people that you tolerate, some mix of both. So we're coming up, this is the last, like, so we have 3 more classes, like including today. Today, my goal is get like some kind of rough, like call it like a rough draft, even an index card. We'll hand out index cards. That's enough to say like, this is my project 5 rough draft. That's the goal for today. So that Wednesday, you can try talking to each other and saying like, hey, this is my idea. What do you think? Like, this is why I think it's important. These are the forces involved. They'll have like a discussion about that project. So the main purpose of the project is just taking, like we've done a lot of different stuff. We've looked at equations of motion, constraints on motion, energy methods, impulse and momentum methods, like all that stuff. You can do lots of different things. You can go into like fluid mechanics or structural mechanics or robotics or like, and wherever you want to go from there is kind of like, this is the launching off point. It's all Newton's laws. Even like drug discovery is all based on F equals ma, like Lagrange equations. It's molecular dynamics is still just little m's with a's bouncing all over. So you can do all different stuff, and I can't really tell you what's important at this point because it's all different. Like, so now you have the knowledge, you have the tools. So what do you think is important? Base level for project could be something like how we built quizzes 1 through 4. Identify a problem that seems interesting. What are some constants? Like, how do we go about that? And then look some stuff up, figure out how to solve that problem. Kind of makes sense for a project approach. Cool. And I pulled up like course requirements and grading, just like bring it all back to wrapping up where we started. Participation, I'll put up another form on Husky CT so you can evaluate yourself or kind of assess yourself on how you participated. Were you watching lectures, connecting with people outside of class, or did you have other people that maybe had taken the class before that you had talked to? Like, what was your learning community? Homeworks, quizzes, those homeworks, if there's anything that you don't like about your grades, you can resubmit and get points for that. Quizzes are just, usually I drop at least, I drop the lowest quiz for quiz grade, just trying to like bump everybody's grades up. And then projects, same thing. If there's any projects that feel like, oh, got an 88, like I want a 90, like I want those 2 points back, like go back, revise it, you can resubmit. Yeah. And that's the class. Yeah. They're all weighted equally. Yeah, I am. Yep. So it's not, yeah, like the final project is not 10% or something. Yeah, it's same as the rest. 4 points there. Cool. And a good place to start for module 5 is so I have like module 5 project example of like very broad outline of where should you start, what should you do, but you can take a look at what did you propose back in module 1. module 1, the project was a proposal for today. So go back and say like, all right, what was I thinking 14 weeks ago when I started this class? Is it still the same? Did I learn anything new? Yeah, that's the plan. Sound good? I think note cards are a good way to get started. Kind of like napkin engineering, right? Just need like a bar napkin and ideas. Note cards are like the official style bar napkin. Or cafe. Oh yeah. Oh, for like what the project is?
Project draft. You want to just draft it like a picture of our idea, or
So for the project draft, like it could just be like a note card. Like take a picture of a note card of like, this was what I was trying to do. This was, we were talking about like a camshaft about something. Like how do I get constant velocity problem? So, but anyway, but it could be that with maybe like a little description of like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Here's a free body diagram. And it depends, right? Like if it's something like a 4-bar linkage sort of project, you can put a free body diagram, but a lot of the forces, you don't really need to know what those forces are if you're just trying to get like motion, like constrained motion results. But if your question is kind of like, how much force do I need, or how much like torque do I need to drive this car, then what's your free body diagram? Like how is torque going to create motion? How is that free body diagram? What does that look like? What forces are you considering? Those kind of things. But yeah, like note card is like simplest way of just at the end of class today, take a picture of it and put it on Husky CT. So you have like credit for a rough draft. Or if you want to make more formal is fine. Like if you want to write it out into a Word document, or if you already have an idea of like what your project is going to be, maybe like some people like to do PowerPoint, lay out their thoughts in a PowerPoint presentation. So you could create the slides that you want to have and fill in the details that you have so far, like a free body diagram and then what you think your conclusion might be. Other people like written reports, so maybe an outline would make sense for that, but it's up to you. Whatever works. Every semester I offer interpretive dance as an option for a final project, and every semester someone says like, I'm gonna do it, and then I never get that interpretive dance like 4-bar linkage problem, which sounds awesome, but I'll keep offering. So it is on the table. Yeah, someone's like, if you give me an A, I'll do it. I'm like, you can have an A. Like, it's fine. Like, I just want to see, like, what are you connecting here? I think that would be great. Yeah, so anyway. So it's open. Open is hard for engineers. It's like, give me like a number and a box to fill in. Yeah. Oh, so the good question came up. Does it need to include every topic? Like, do I need to demonstrate every learning objective from the semester? Like, no way. Like, that would be like writing your own textbook on dynamics to like try to get everything into one project like that. We have 3 days, like 3 hours of building this project, right? And you can spend as much or as little time on as you want, but realistically, you're trying to define a problem, use some dynamics to solve it, and then interpret that result. Why is it important? What was the purpose? So usually it's like one thing. Some people go back to like kinematic equations, which I think you've had a lot of practice in the past already on those, but if that's sort of the main thing that you're getting out of like these topics, then that's okay. Other people get more involved, like they want to look at kinematics of motion of like linkages in a motorcycle or a mountain bike. One person was really interested in flight, like aircraft mechanics. So we tried to figure out like what were the accelerations of a certain like aerial maneuver that like Blue Angels would do. And it ended up being like he really struggled with it, but it was a great way of like trying to apply the simple idea that we had of like MA is F, and then okay, now A is this, like up in the air flying. What was the F needed to do that? But yeah, it didn't include everything. Like it's not like he demonstrated that energy was conserved during flying, and that's okay. Oh, and Riley, thanks for asking. All right, we got people in the chat. You can definitely change your topic from what you originally proposed in project 1. Every day you're a new person, and hopefully as you've grown through this chapter of your Professor Cooper dynamics life, now you're a new person having all this extra experience and knowledge. So you might look at that original proposal and be like, what was I thinking? I was so young back then. I didn't have all this new knowledge. So yeah, throw it out. Start from scratch. Or build on it. I don't know. Either way. There's usually something didn't change along the way. You have module 1 or 2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So in terms of like at the end of the day, a turbine is some force that's converted to torque. And the way you get your fluid motion or your torque is always some kind of lift coefficient. So you can have like complicated designs and like optimized lift to drag ratios and those kind of things. But at the end of the day, there's some coefficient of lift and some coefficient of drag. Drag is going to cause more stress on your turbine blades, the more bending, and then lift is the more lift you have, the faster you can spin. But in terms of like what are the forces that we talked about, lift and drag are circular motion, fluid motion. Yeah, that would work. Resets of lift are all creating motion. And cross resets creating that FL. FL times the radius away is kind of torque. Forward motion or energy, something would work out. A lot of times, yeah, sometimes you have to gear up and down. Other times, for like a steam turbine, you're just trying to operate it at some level, so you can monitor mass flow rate, so that it's always spinning at something. I forget. I think it's high RPM, thousands of RPM, because it's a fixed. Yeah, so it's spinning really fast, and then there's magnetic coils that convert it right into electricity. Oh, okay. Do you remember what we had from the first project? Oh, okay. Yeah, we would. Yeah. We can change that, or do you think we would like stick to similar? Yeah. Yeah, seeing like similar things. Think about how your arms actually reactions like force something like there's no it's not like there's a cable it's not totally your force. There's something back here in the bicep under tension. There's some kind of mechanism where you're yeah. So usually what I suggest is I consider bicep towards my elbow. And then it was too close to you become forced to the distance. What was the torque? Okay. And if you have either of these things, interests, yeah. How does the bicep actually create torque? If the bicep all does is create tension, some offset the tensions created to multiply. Now the joint is the motion. Does anyone know that? What's the muscle? Yeah. Tendon? Yeah, tendon is muscle. Muscle is attached to bone, right? Tendon? That's right. So the tendon is the thing where the tendon attaches. That's where all the forces come. So if you know the torque that you need, you can figure out where's the load. No? Okay. Drag okay. I mean, it's a dynamics kind of problem. You have the power that you need to put into the car to maintain constant speed is a force times speed. And the force is a v squared. So you can know the drag creates like a VQ of power necessary. So at really low speeds, drag is little effect. Drag is v squared, but then I have force times speed. Now I have v squared times v. So force, or sorry, work is force times distance. Like F times dx is the change in the total work that I needed to do. So 1 Newton pushing for 1 meter did 1 joule of work. No, 1 Newton pushing 1 1 meter per second. Constant speed. And now 1 meter per second, 1 joule per second. So force times speed is power. So if you have a three-body diagram, you say, like, all right, here's my forces times whatever speed I'm doing is the power that I need to put in 1 meter per second. At least what we have here is Yep. Yeah. So like rolling friction, U and G. The power you need to maintain that speed. For that force, that's how it actually is. In terms of if you look at how much power you need to overcome rolling resistance, low speed versus high speed, it's always a straight line. But the drag starts off really low. If it's less than 1, it's 0. Bigger drag. So like originally the model has to power. Yeah, did you find it? If you post, you could probably find like what I was looking at. I don't know if it's possible that if you shut the things that you just constant speed over some of it, you can see like how long it stop. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, if you want like real, like what is my CD, what is my what you could do is drive, if you know the parking lot's flat, drive, get to a speed, then put it in neutral, and then watch the speed drop. Get the speed every 3 seconds, and you can hopefully stay safe. You could time how long it takes to stop, but it's like an exponential decay. So if you want to come to a complete stop, you might need like 2 or 3 miles of runway, rather than if you just get a few data points and you know what function you're looking for. And you say, all right, that's my rolling. So let's say for that, use filters. So maybe it's yeah, they're both. They're both slowing it down. Yeah, so if you do slow speed, like less than 10 miles an hour, figure it out. You probably mostly roll. Now I would want higher speed safely on a highway and release the gas and just watch yourself slow down. Then you can get better data for drag. Yeah. Or just let go. Like at those speeds, like if you let go of the gas, you're like I know the motor's still putting in whatever a few watts, but once it starts to slow down at those speeds, then it doesn't change the drag. Yes.
Yeah, so you would need to know, like, all right, what would I expect if I'm moving at 50 miles an hour and there's no power input, how much would I slow down? So that would be a question of, like, if drag is really high, slow down real fast. If drag is really low, slow down really slow. You can do, like, kind of a best fit analysis for that. And 2, 3 data points, like speed, delay, and times. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, cool. Sorry. Your advice on physics. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, in terms of, like, if you're thinking of, like, a crash test, what would be the things that you care about in the crash? Yeah. Yeah. So car, at least the current thought process is kind of like car, we don't care about the car in the crash. We only want to figure out what happens to people inside the car. And that's a nice kind of design point. So in the way you're kind of drawing here, that's exactly the way designers think. They just put the spring on the front of the car and design for, like, controlled failure. Yeah, so the wall is fixed because you never know what the car is going to hit. So you plan for rigid and try to get the car to absorb as much as possible. Yeah, so if you start off with the idea of, like, here's an accident and a given speed, it's going from 20 to 0. Then you can start playing around with it. If it takes a whole second, so that's easy enough. That's pretty slow. Yeah, pretty slow pulse versus taking, like, a millisecond. Okay, now, yeah. Car? Okay, what about the car? Okay. Yeah. Okay, different. Also drag or no drag? Yeah, no drag. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know, what's your, the spring? Okay. For, like, pinball design? Yeah, it's whatever you want to do. I'm just here to try to help. But at this point, you have the power. You can do anything. Yeah, with, like, pinball design, one thing that you could think about is, like, all right, I want to design a pinball machine. So I want to buy springs. And I need to build X number of pinball machines. Like, how stiff do those springs need to be so that the ball gets to where it's supposed to be. Because we kind of only it's like rubber bands that barely got it. Couldn't even get it up and out of the spot. Yeah, and, like, roughly what's the angle of the pinball machine? Because that's going to decide, like, how fast your reaction time is. If the pinball machine is a vertical wall, the pinball wizard versus nearly a flat plane, you can have boring. So, like, how difficult the pinball machine is. Good versus bad pinball machines, what's the reaction time? at least if you're trying to create more stress, you're pretty good at that problem.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little better.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Have you been back like on the field at all?
No.
Yeah.
See, I even like off the
Okay.
I have not worked to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was thinking like the first project I did, I kind of just like focused on like one girl in this room.
Yeah.
You want me to go on?
Kind of just like pushing this one forward.
Yeah.
And then I learned more about rugby. I learned it's from twist. So I was thinking about like focusing on like kind of like from like the eagle eye view and like measuring like the acceleration and trying to figure out like how much force it would take to kind of stop this thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I like that. Yeah, and you can kind of say like every person is looking at one master.
Yeah.
And now you've got a giant girl thing at the moment of inertia. There you go. I like that.
Like on the
Should
top.
I focus more on like everyone or just like one?
So I mean, Scrum. I mean, you've been in Scrum. Like, there's a lot of motion within the Scrum, but overall, there's like one center of mass, one big angle to it. So ideally, everyone is kind of like hooked, pushing back and forth, trying not to twist, but somehow are bigger on one side versus the other, so it is twisting. So it makes more sense to think of it as what is the total they're doing. Because if you look at the individual, now you have forces from everyone touching them.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more internal reaction forces rather than on a whole. I guess you still have like push, kind of three pushing forces in terms of like how is this thing moving. It makes sense to me. It's like as a whole. And this is my rigid body.
Yeah.
Kind of like a molecular dynamics sort of simulation for budding trends. Yeah. How's it going?
So they don't want any force. But I was thinking like because force is zero, maybe force is drag, like gravity almost.
Yeah.
So it has to travel, it's just horizontally. So that should.
Is that what when they throw it up, they try to keep it?
This is specific to us. We did like a wiki song.
Yeah.
Like friends down, like all situation.
Oh yeah.
It was weird, and
Yeah.
I've never seen that before, so I thought it'd be cool to like
Okay.
Did you make it?
Yeah.
Did what? Did you make anything?
and then so I did some.
Right, that is.
My friend. But then I wanted to do like graphs to show.
So you're, I guess what, because I'm reading like
Yeah.
drag, lag, and looking at this, like, you have something that's asymmetric, where there's a force on top and no force on the bottom. Is that right? So the lag is drag, the bottom is like no drag.
Yeah.
So you're trying to, okay, how do I throw it? So there is a force, but I want the force to not have that drag.
Yeah. So you're saying force? We're doing pure force.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Force is 2 equations of body weight, which is I wasn't sure that the on is a mass.
Yeah. I mean, it
like
does
center
have a mass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But compared to the active poles, so she like
Yeah, so what you could say, all right, I'm going to say the flag, no mass, pole is ML squared over 12.
Yes.
But flag, replace the flag with force of drag.
Yes.
So it's definitely not creating drag.
Yeah.
This is like this massless,
Yeah.
sort of waving air catcher.
Okay. Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
Okay, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's kind of like the fun or not fun part of the project. I mean, yeah. Okay. Oh, and you were updating?
Yeah.
I had seen the first version.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it looked good to me. It was a nice like overview of the
Yeah.
class. I thought that was good.
I really like the online version.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. Speaking for me. We're honest.
Okay.
Yeah. All through our lives. Thanks.
How's it going? It's good. So I was thinking of doing the base curve.
Ooh, okay. Nice.
So I wasn't trying to figure out short parts. It's gonna be normal course, gravity. I thought we some triple acceleration just in the middle. Curve.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure like how friction and downforce would play a role.
Yeah. So there's yeah, we have like two like profile shot and then top down. Yeah. You could say that there is friction going that way.
Why would you play that way?
So like this FC, that one is that one centrifugal force?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's kind of like your NV squared for R.
Yeah.
So like all these forces equal that.
Oh, okay.
At least if you want to stick to the same free body diagram equals KB, same process of so then the only thing that acts along there would be like some kind of friction. Because if you took the car and laid it on the side, there's something that keeps it from sliding down. And you can solve for like when is friction 0, and that's how fast you need to go. So that you don't need friction on there. And that was like that first box that I was looking at.
Downforce would also be the direction of gravity.
So you're thinking of
Maybe
so down force. Are you thinking of because there's a wing, like an inverted wing, that there's something pushing it down?
Yeah.
So that one is like anti
Yeah.
so that FN keeps increasing.
Okay.
And that way, the faster you go, the more friction you have with keeping you from sliding.
Yeah.
And also the more torque you put into your wheels. Anything else?
I think I should do that for this one.
Yeah. Why F1 on a bank curve? What's your thought?
Well, my initial proposal was just that one car.
Okay.
We should add something.
Okay. Yeah. Add another dimension.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the curve. Different.
Okay. Well, what do you think is good or bad for curves? A good design for curves or bad design for curves? Are you thinking of like, would you be the engineer choosing the track, like beta? Or are you the engineer saying, this is the track, like, I'm on a track?
It's not on track.
Yeah.
Figuring out. I wasn't sure if I should figure out like how fast you would go or like how fast you can go without like bicycling on the track or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Getting there. Have you seen this before? Like,
Sorry.
like the shortest path. Right. Yeah. You have seen this?
Yeah. The ideal path is
Yeah. This is like you can move the fastest if you go on that path. So the ideal is something like that. Yeah. So you could look at if you're driving on this track and you consider like try the farthest, make R biggest. How fast can I get around? What's the time to get from here to there? Now make R the smallest. How fast can I get through there? Versus this one. Something like that one has to get R to get around. That would and I think it's a little bigger. The bigger radius thing is usually in this one. Distance is long, but
You know, that's circular, so just circular and so
that one, yeah, that's what I was. I don't know.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like British English versus hearing.
Like you could say it is a circle because we have like 3 points. 3 points to the front. Or you could say it's an ellipse, a major and minor radius. Then you have the weird elliptical integration problems. We have computers for that. We can figure that. Yeah, that would be one way to kind of like tie together these thoughts of like why go through the process? Yeah. Get all this information in place. Yeah. What is the design of the javelin?
Well, I mean, I never
Okay. Different like weight per length. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the spin column to it?
Yeah, well, I think that's what I'm kind of trying to figure it out, but, yeah, I don't think so.
That sounds cool. Yeah. Yeah. In one way that usually helps is like try to look at extremes of like if you have all the way up here and a little bit back there, what would happen versus even distribution of like everything in the back. Sometimes that helps. Just conceptually, like, does it make a difference at all? Like, can I show that there is a difference? So you could rather than saying like continuously like integrate the weight over the length of it, because there's one bar, 2 weights. They're either equal or ratios, and then you still get the same. It's all the same dynamics. Like it's still something rotating around. But it shifts the center mass forward and backward. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I have no idea. So people use different weight distribution based on. Yeah. 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 I don't know. Yeah. Cool. Why do that? Yeah, like reverse engineering, javelin design. Yeah. That's cool. You could probably find center mass. You can figure out roughly here. Yeah. And then artificially shift it forward and back. This is what would happen. My ideal javelin is cool. How's it going? Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I saw the box.
Yeah, so I think
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sounds great. Yep. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, so you can almost do like like depending on what you want the rock to look like. You can say, this is my wheel. And then there's some kind of spring attached to it, and then also amber. So as I go, if I'm moving constant speed, then this rock is going to look like a bump. The wheel is going up and over it. Yeah. So then you can figure out how much upward force the fighter get as you're doing that. Sounds like classic, so they're like classic vibration. Yeah, that sounds great. Like just it's really simplifying the problem. So you're just assuming it's like a unicycle, but usually this is a good way to start for workout design. Yeah, yeah. So like as you're going down, cool. Yeah, I think it. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Do you see? Oh, here we go. If you send him an email, you can check in. See if he needs anything. He might have just missed it. Update you. Yeah. Yeah.
wait, this would be, yeah.
Oh, okay. What do you see? Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So no, like for friction, like if you try to like if you just think about like how much energy does a moving airplane have, and you try to use disc brakes, okay, let me dissipate that kinetic energy into heat. Like the wheels explode. Like it's just like the friction, you can't use it at all because it just creates too much heat, too much power to dissipate. So yeah, like reverse thruster, yep, and then main, I think one of their main brakes is just make as much surface area as possible. The more surface area, the more adding. Okay. Sorry, I did not get to everybody. I made it pretty far, but I didn't get to everybody. If you're like, oh my god, I have questions, like definitely stop me now. If it's okay and you're already for Wednesday, then what we need for today, oh sorry, I'll go to the camera. What we need for today is some kind, you can take a picture of whatever you're working on today, and that's like your rough draft. And then Wednesday I'll try to catch up with everybody that I missed for today and see how things are going. But yeah, if you have if you're lost or confused, then stop me. You shouldn't be lost. Just come reach out. It is hard, but it's not impossible. That could be it. Yeah. Yeah, you can take a picture. Yeah, take a picture, like put it onto Husky CP.
complicated to use.
Okay.
Like, for like coefficients of lift and stuff like that. So everything I looked at is just like really complicated models. Like, the way it's
Okay.
so like, if I found like ranges, could I just like pick different numbers? If I wanted to be like, instead of doing like an actual specific design, could I be like, if I had the same way, but this coefficient of lift, this coefficient of lift, and this coefficient of lift?
Yeah. So you're looking at turbine blade lift drag. Because it does get, like, the fluid mechanics get complicated, but at the end of the day, the dynamics are still just CD times A, like that's your main CD times AB squared. So I'm trying to. Yeah, optimal CLs. And I know I've seen numbers for like wind turbines, like what their coefficient of lift is. But usually somewhere between like 1/2 and 1.5. So even if you're kind of like, I don't know what to use, like 1 is a good start, 0.6 or something. But we can try to figure out something depending on how specific you want to get. Yeah. Hey. Here, I'll stop.